again. I want you to open your Bibles to Hebrews chapter 4. Chapter 4, and we're going to read our text responsively, verses 1 through 11. Aren't you glad the Lord is your strength? With all that's going on in our world, I'm so glad that I can say, whom shall I fear? Because the Lord can take better care of you while you're sleeping than you can take care of you while you are awake. Hallelujah. Some places that's the best place to respond. Just say hallelujah. Hebrews chapter 4, beginning at verse 1 to verse 11, we'll read responsibly. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For we which have believed do enter into rest. As he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place, and God gave rest 7 days on all his works. And in this place, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore the remaining of the sons enter therein, and they to whom was first preached enter not in because of unbelief. Again he limited a certain day, saying in David, today after so long a time, as it is said, today if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. For if he had given them rest, then would he not have there remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. For he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works, as God did from his. Together, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Amen. I want to preach for a few minutes from the subject, entering God's rest. Entering God's rest. As you are seated, won't you just repeat it after me this time? Entering God's rest. Amen. There are little details about this text that clarifies many of the questions you might have if you were studying this text. Number one, the title of the book itself, Hebrews. So this writing is to the Hebrews, these Israelite people. And so that's a good statement, because these are people whose plight is so similar to the plight we have had as African Americans in America. These Hebrews were slaves. We were slaves. These Hebrews believed that Jehovah, Elohim, El Shaddai, Yahweh was their God, and that he would deliver them out of slavery. And he did. Our foreparents believed that same God was the God who would deliver them. Our foreparents heard the slave owner talk about a God, but their theology didn't fit their experience. The slave said there's something different about the God they talking about, who would make them feel comfortable enslaving us. The God we know has us with an internal dignity that before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. They believed, just like these Hebrews, that God would bring them out. And he did. About the only difference we can really see when we parallel these two together is that the Hebrews were given a new land. And we have been charged to live neighborly to those who have oppressed us. And so because of